Okay. I wanted to do a sort of reaction and analysis video for this a long time ago. Well, not too long ago, however long it's been out, maybe a month now. But yeah, this is Scales, good community member Scales. Four queens at once, kind of absurd. And I figured it was the perfect time to make this type of video because I'm pretty damn tired. Everything that's absurd and wonderful in this video is just gonna hit me out of nowhere. I have seen the video before, but this is perfect. Let's get into it. It is an absurd feat. It is really, really, really well done. Just going in. Okay, stop. There's already stuff going on. Hold on, hold on. What was that? Check this, okay. Alright, look at this. Lingering Stam. We've got Poison Resamede. Mage Gear. We've got Hymen. We have Staff Protection, of course. All aggressive food staff protection covers for that. We have a Spine Snap swap. Two Staff of Embers, which is good because, well, it's four queens. Normally at these type of magic levels that he's got, or even a little bit lesser, one Staff of Embers is going to be fine. You can supplement a lot of Iter use with all the broods. Like normally you can just take them out with a fireball from the embers, but we have bile bombs here to do that for us, and now you can use that Iter for just fireballing the queen. Or Seekers, or both, which is super nice. Love catching all the enemies in the fire of the bile bombs, of course. Also deals poison. We've got all of your classic needs here for mage stuff, minor Iter. Lingering Stam is just so good. Helps you out, basically keeps you out of trouble. Whereas the medium Stam saves you from trouble. So always do the Lingering Stam. It helps you offensively and it keeps you out of trouble at the same time because, well, you have the stamina for it. Tasty Mead stacks with the Lingering. It's just incredible. Poison Res for all her poison attacks, just in case. Just in case, right? You're definitely going to be able to survive a hit solo like this with this armor. And the poison might help with that. Generally, you have all the tools. Feather Cape's going to be really good in there. The Wisp Blade definitely helps out on the lower levels. There's no mist on the higher levels, and that's good. And we have a little Dead Razor peeking out there. Now, there is also Salad here. Not totally optimal. I'm honestly surprised not even Mushroom Omelet, because Mushroom Omelet's a little bit better than the Salad. But of course, if you're fighting four queens at once, I would fully expect Fish and Bread. Good old 90 Stam. Absurd. But yeah, Salad. Yeah. This is all standard. You get your Yggdrasil Porridge for your intense moments like going into an infested mine or, well, fighting the queen. Especially four of them. So yeah, everything's good here. Full weave and no Fenris swap is super interesting. That's interesting. So usually what I would do is I would go in, just load up my inventory just like this because it's the final boss at the moment. And I would have a Fenris hood, and then when the moment is right, I would swap to full Iter weave. And now I don't want to tell you right away what that moment is. We'll see it in the video. I made great use of it in my my pretty quick queen fight. So I think I have a sub 8 queen fight and then a sub 7 queen fight. Both of those I ended up using the Fenris hood to full Iter weave swap to great effect. People try to downplay the Iter regen. It's still good Iter regen, and it's a really good offensive tool. With the bubble from the Staff of Protection, you're not going to want anything else but movement speed and Iter regen. So it's still good. It's still going to be better than everything else. Like, your defensive armor just does not apply over the bubble layer. It goes over the body layer. So Root Harnesk is just goofy. It's just goofy with it. It's really good on a non-magical build, but a magical build, nope, bubble up. It's so silly. Let's get into it. Dead Razor. That's gonna be the secret spice in this. We got Queen power ready, so we're returning. If you're gonna do a special type of return Queen fight, absolutely grab Queen power as a mage. Extra Ida regen is gonna stack with all of your previous Ida regen buffs. Even with rested, that's always good. I remember the last Ida regen test that I saw. That person was downplaying it was not rested. Very silly. It all adds up. It's all good. Yeah, we're just going to go Staff of Embers. Look at the damage already ticking down on the Queen. Love that. Let's get a little bit more music. A little bit more audio there. Yeah, just taking out the broods. I would have definitely been a lot more casual going around the bottom of the area, just taking out all of the eggs. Scales clearly went to a new location on his world so that he can get a fresh queen and then resummon 3 more. That's why there's still all of these eggs here. And also no markers on his map in the top right. Bubble popped, but that's fine, he's gliding down. Normally you use like a middle mouse or some sort of spell or special move. You're going to be standing still while you're using it, but if you are in the air, jumping, or just gliding down with Feather Cape, just like this, see? You will retain your movement, just like doing a running, jumping middle mouse. Doing a bubble glide is obscenely good for just maintaining that bubble and being safe as a mage. Of course, maintaining the bubble means you can be all sorts of aggressive and just be super confident. Confidence is key. Like, panic is so bad. The game punishes panic so much. And here, yeah, he's just summoning up all these queens. Kinda wish you could see multiple health bars at once. That's a real pain because of the passive regen. It's like 0.028% total HP regen every second. Even when you're dealing damage to them, it still applies. You just really can't see it when you're dealing any sort of decent damage to an enemy or boss. There we go. The bubble took some damage there from that Seeker, but that's fine. See how Scales is kind of kiting them around in a circle like that? That's really nice because you really want to... oh, there's the Bile Bombs. Really good. You really want to keep that bubble glide as an option as long as possible. So, he's off. He took huge damage. Again, you can survive one hit like that. You rebubble just fine. He's bubble gliding down into the misted areas, but so long as you can bubble glide, you can maintain safety and maintain confidence and play to the best of your ability. That was a great little move there. Great little move there. Hold on. That was a Forsaken cancel. Forsaken power cancel. Yeah, bubble glide there. But yeah, that's why you want to climb. You want to constantly be at the top level or at the highest level you can get to. Look at that cancel there. Just to get yourself moving. But yeah, you always want to be at the top level. Basically, there's more to glide down. Very well done, just going by them. If you got a little bit of room, you can squeeze by and just run by them and continue your climb. Seekers, you see how Scales doesn't really care about the Seekers like that? As soon as they're in the mid-range, they're fine. Like, they're just going to walk all slow at you and they're not going to fly. So if you're at the top level and you see some Seekers like that, look at that glide. You can just let the Seekers just follow you around. And it's when you go beyond, like, around 5 meters or so, 6 meters, when they start to fly at you, and then they become a real issue. Of course, less so to, like, range strats, but still it's really annoying because they semicircle sometimes. Look at that roll, really nice. And then again, finding that tiny bit of room to squeeze by and continue climbing is really good. Again, squeeze by. It's really important that you know that she doesn't take up the entire space of a path. Again, with the bile bombs, lets you save on either, lets you maintain damage. All fire DOT will stack like that, so that's wonderful. Really stressful moment. Again, Bubble Glide is huge for that. Really, really good. Again, imagine just one queen. This is complete domination with ease. Just complete ease. Again, he's coming up. So I imagine he slung a fireball there just to see if he'd ping any queens, and he'd be able to see based off of the impact and the flaming DOT effect. Ooh, pause. He'd be able to see with that fireball he slung there whether there'd be any queens, like singular, plural. Is it safe to just sprint up there? What's going on? And considering right now he doesn't see any queens here, now is the perfect time to summon skeletons. Now you don't want to summon skeletons in the safe room at the bottom level, because skeletons can really easily get stuck on stuff. Their pathfinding is not the best. They get stuck on things for a while. They can be extremely, extremely janky, especially on the Mistlands overworld and in the infested mines. So you have to summon them in the right spot. You don't want to summon them between anywhere they can get stuck in the mobs. So that's not good. You want to summon them in like flat open ground where they can run very easily to the mobs, which you want them to take aggro for. In this case, using a lot of ranged strategies on the queen causes her AI to change. So now she's like, I'm going to run away, let my HP regen, I'll summon up Seekers, and then the Seekers and Broods that spawn in can deal with you. And this is perfect because if they're away from you, it's like, oh, okay. Well, now I can swap the full Eider weave, or in Scale's case, he just has full Eider already. And, well, you're not going to be a threat to me? That's fine. What I can do is I can summon up my skeletons, and then I can go find you once I have my skeletons bubbled. Everything's good, and make sure my potions are on cooldown, everything's good. Then I can go out and be aggressive and find you. Now that I have extra parameters of safety, extra DPS, and especially if you get an archer, they're really, really good at finding the queen, or queens in this case, fast. Like really quickly. They will notice the queen sneaking up on you well before you will. And it's a really good litmus test of queen sneak attack, and you can really, really get some good damage in. Skeletons deal pretty damn good damage. While the queen is resistant to pierce, so the archers aren't going to be too great, the melee guys are going to be not bad at all. It's pretty shocking, and they will survive a hit or two, even when the bauble is gone, if you have significant levels of blood magic. Now, Scales doesn't have 100 in either of them, I don't think. And I definitely went in with like blood magic 26 with mine. So there's a lot of potential to be had for skeleton domination for the queen because of this. And yeah, I'm excited. I want to definitely mess around once Hilder's Quest drops public. Not just public testing, just live version. But yeah, check this. All right. Using him in, that's kind of stylish, but he's got so much stamina and not as much Eider. It's understandable. So this is where I would say is a little. Oh, look at that, beautiful. Little unfortunate, not as good, I would say. Look at that. Look at this. Okay, so he doesn't have the Abyssal Harpoon in his inventory. I would always, as a mage, have the Abyssal Harpoon in the Queen fight or in the Infested Mines. And this is because once you're at the top, a spear toss has a pretty damn good aggro radius. So even if it doesn't hit a creature, it's going to have a nice aggro radius. Now the Abyssal Harpoon, of course, that thing's going to fly right back to your hand, and you can just spam that thing and throw it all over the place. And eventually, you're going to re-aggro a queen, or the queen if you're fighting solo. And it is just super perfect to re-aggro her fast. Be like, hey, stop your regen, switch your AI, come to me so that we can resume this fight on my terms. Really, really good. Also helps because all of your stuff is ticking down. Your regen, not regen, you're rested. Your Forsaken Power, Bubble, all your meads, everything's ticking down. And it's a really good idea to re-aggro her fast, from range, and on your terms once your skeletons are up and bubbled. Let's keep going. Yep, there she is. Don't like getting in that situation. Luckily, she is summoning the queen. Check that damage, by the way. Check that. That is wonderful. Now, I know you can't see the health bar going down, but look at Ake. The double Akes, the two Akes. They're hanging in there. Even when the bubble gets popped, that one melee Ake was really hanging in there. Of course, that second one just absolutely got obliterated by the spew. But hey, it took aggro, it did its job. So much damage was gained in that moment. I love the lunge, so goofy. Love that. So much damage was dealt in that moment. I mean, just distance is time, time is Iter regen and stamina regen. Keeping the queen at a distance, aggro it on something, you know, your skeletons for a couple of hits. That's going to be so nice. So nice. Just keep that damage going. A little bit of neuron activation there with not using the bile bomb on those. He's got so many bile bombs. This is the time to use them, if any. But I can understand nerves are high. This is an absurd type of combat encounter to do. So I understand if some decisions were a little bit rashly made. You can see again, the queen's AI is changed. He's recognized that. None of the queens are coming after him. If they wanted to get to him, they could, because the queen is really fast, and of course they burrow. But, you know, queen AI changed again. Perfectly fine, because all sorts of ranged damage was being slung at her. And boom. We've got bubbled skeletons again, and this time, what is it, double melee? That's a little bit better. That's a little bit better for just raw DPS. I'd say one archer, one melee is ideal for just like queen purposes, considering one is really good at taking aggro and dealing damage, and the other one is really good at detecting the queen. If you wanted to be super extra, you could use like butcher's knife or something just to really quickly take one out. Try to play your odds. I would only do that at the start of the fight before summoning the queen or before aggroing the queen, but sometimes you don't get too lucky and your inventory's probably already going to be cramped as a mage fighting the queen anyway. So don't really recommend. It's just very extra. Plus it's RNG based, so I don't know. Probably not do that, but it's possible. It's possible. Yeah. You can see he's kind of suffering at the moment from the no Abyssal Harpoon. He's just slinging randomly. Also, he hasn't climbed to the top, which is another mistake. Absolutely climb to the top. He's found a cluster of queens, which is nice. Yeah, he's gonna climb now, I'm sure. The habits are probably going to return. No, still hasn't climbed. Definitely use a bile bomb because of the spew. There we go. Here we go. Here's something interesting. I can't believe this hasn't been done yet. But the super aggressive use of Eider potions. That's just classic. That's so good when you got a tough encounter, when you got some queen fights. Again, look at them taking aggro. When you're low on Eider like this, it's such a good idea to just pop that Eider potion and just use that extra regen to just pop off. Just constantly sling fireballs until the regen is just about to run out, and then just let it fill up. Super nice for aggressive plays. You see him shaking like that? That means he's kind of freaking out a little bit. Something's going on. He didn't predict that after the climb that queen would be there. That's why it's good to be at the top ahead of time. Yeah, I would pop an Eider potion there. Get multiple queens in your aggressive blast. That's like the best case scenario. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, just keep using that spam like that. He's saving enough to rebubble. And then when the queen acts, you can send more fireballs because you know you're going to regen with time. Okay, now we know the position of roughly 3 queens at once. Great roll for the lunge. It's always a delayed attack for that. Oh, brutal. Bubble popped. We got a glide down. Excellent bubble glide. And now we're in the mists. We never want to be here, but such is life sometimes. Okay. Finding a way back up. Making the climb. Tasted mead was an interesting choice there. Bubble's been popped again. Bubble pops so frequently because it takes pickaxe and chop damage. This bubble spam is very funny. I assume he must have thought he had something else in his hotbar, or equipped, I should say. Yeah, the bubble spam is... Oh no. Oh, it's brutal. But yeah, that's the panic talking right there. Okay, so don't want to be pincered. Yeah, you can see a lot of miss inputs here. But he's keeping himself wonderfully safe with the feather cape gliding like that. Always good to glide down. Excellent roll. Always good to glide down and land on another platform, so that just like this, so that you can continue climbing back up. Yeah. Again, don't be afraid to approach a queen like that. There's so much wiggle room to get around them. I would have thrown a bile bomb there. Excellent roll again. He's just continually putting himself in a good spot. Bile bomb, 100% bile bomb. Excellent roll. Ah, yeah, he's not doing it. He's not throwing the bile bomb. This is what happens sometimes when you panic. You revert to basics. Oof. Squeeze around. You got the skills. Excellent roll. There we go. We're back to bile bombs. There's confidence after constantly making those excellent rolls. Wonderful. Again, don't want to be pincered. Getting back here. Really good rolls. So consistent. Good jumps too. Don't want to be held back by the broods. Jumping fireballs to try to do that same thing. Don't want to be held back by any of these guys. Again, Should have bile bombed and then started fireballs. That's okay. He's got plenty of Eider. Ooh, I don't know about going that way. But he's made it back out. Now he's in the mist though. Because he decided to go that way. Yep, lingering, always good. Gotta have that lingering. See how he's just running confident even when the Seekers are around him? That's that bubble confidence right there. Just the ability to make the best plays even in tight situations. That bubble confidence. It's similar to a bone mass confidence. Like the mental aspect of gameplay in Valheim. That's why bone mass is so good. Tough situation. No bubble. Tough situation. Very easily could have died. If that move wasn't so linear, and if he wasn't moving to the right there, he would have gotten clipped by it and died. But he was constantly moving way over to the right, and that's what saved him, because that lunge is really linear. Like if you see her charging from like one of these top demisted platforms, you can actually run around that move and punish it without even rolling or anything. Like you can run around it physically. When she's like at the end of it and actively lunging out and swiping at you, it's not going to be something you can easily just get around. You're going to have to roll or block it, or just, get hit by it, tank it with bone mass. Look at this beautiful spot. See how when they're all gathered like that, or at least 3 of them are gathered, I would have popped the minor Eider regen and just gone to town. Another opportunity for a bile bomb. Let's see what he does. Absolutely bile bomb. He didn't really get the broods in it though, but at least you're getting something in it, which is good. Another bile bomb. He's not placing those bile bombs in the best spots, and now you see how his Eider's a little low there. You gotta place the bile bombs at the broods and watch the queen walk into them as you head backwards. He knows this, it's just a little bit of panic. The nerves set in. Beautiful. I love how you can get the nice. Love the delay, the potential roll there. Making himself aware. Let's actually rewatch that a little bit. So this is really good. He keeps himself ready to roll all options here because she has some delay to moves. See how he's blocking there? He's just ready to roll anything. And then he recognized that spray animation and he ran to get out of the way. That is really good. Really safe style of play. Which, I mean, sometimes you need that. Really good reaction roll there. And again, the glide, excellent way. Really gets himself out of dodge there. My God, look at those rolls. Oh. Okay. We're back to running. Want to try to reclimb. Yeah, again, I wouldn't have climbed that way, just because all the queens are coming that way. Like, there are multiple queens on that side. I would have absolutely tried to climb this side. Again, he tried to squeeze around. No room there. Still, that's fine. Let the bubble do the work, and then you can bubble glide out. We're at the bottom. And there's a metric ton of ads everywhere. Everywhere. A little bit panicky there. Look at the mobs there. And he said, nope, which is understandable. It's completely understandable. I don't like the design of this safe zone. Oof, 1 queen down. I think it's a little bit goofy. I love that it's not entirely safe and Seekers can still terrorize you, but she's already talking. But yeah, Yeah, the safe zone is a little bit silly. I mean, there's a lot of cheese to be had, and I much prefer the skillful way around it. I've never used a safe zone to this regard. I've never done demolisher cheese or eiter cheese. I can understand why people would. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it is just fundamental uninteractive way of fighting the boss. And while it's really cool to watch speedrunners put it into business, and it's really satisfying to watch favorite streamers get that rush and that satisfaction of killing the queen and seeing that long live the queen message, I think there's actually a lot of fun to be had in mastering the queen fight, at least to this extent. Or even half this extent. Long live the queen, beautiful. See, there's that one staff of embers that broke. Swap. As the queens start dwindling like this, it's going to be especially good to make swaps out to the spine snap for range DPS. Now, my understanding is fire damage doesn't stack multiplicatively, like say like Souls buffs, like your Elden Ring buffs and all that. It just stacks additively, and because of that, of course, Bile Bombs and Staff of Embers is great because they stack when Poison doesn't. You know, sad. Hate that Poison doesn't stack like that. And Spirit stacks. Spirit stacks like that. Fire stacks like that. That's all great. Poison doesn't for some reason. Why? I don't know. It's a little bit goofy. But your fire arrows, not going to be as good damage-wise as frost arrows. Just straight up. Being able to sling frost arrows at her with super high bow skills is going to be the good way to make a good pseudo rotation between your Staff of Embers. Staff of Embers, Spine Snap with bow, very nice, very nice. Yeah, you can see how much more manageable it is with only 2 queens. He's just having a great time. Again, I would have Bile Bombed there, yeah. Because now the ID is a little bit low and there's a queen there. Although, yeah, really good use of the potion there. Great mid-air dodge. Although the second one, that's fine. If you get smacked off the ledge like that, and we've seen it many times in this video, it is totally fine. He must be getting rested, yeah. It is totally fine. Don't panic. Like, if you get slammed off the edge by the queen, yeah, just getting ready. Yeah. The bubble will pop, but the queen knockback with the feather cape will push you so far out of the way that it's not like you won't get follow-up killed instantly. No. The knockback in the feather cape will push you well beyond the range of any sort of queen melee attack or even spew. And at that point you can just bubble glide and just regain ground and climb again. Love that he had the fire right there. That's something that is really good for just getting back into the fight quick. Hopefully having not had too many regen or too much regen on the queens. Really nice. You won't need too much more rested, so even having the 10 minutes or so, oh, we're showing off with these pokes. Come on. Come on. These pokes are so unnecessary. I mean, it makes sense, but it's very silly. Hey, we're back with the queen power. I would have definitely gotten all of the broods and stuff. I would have just waited for them to group up, and then I would have middle moused. Again, no Abyssal Harpoon. It's a sad time for re-aggroing the queen. Got lucky here and found him early. That's good. Devastating DPS. We got an archer. He threw that bile bomb a little early. Hopefully it works out. Climbing. Look at the archer putting in work. Considering the queen's really high knockback, the archer can continue to put in that damage. Long live the queen number 3. Very nice. Yeah, archer is just continuing to put in that damage. Archer's dead now. That's fine. Polearm's 80. That's beautiful. Dead. Alright. Again, let's go bile bomb. Absolutely. Well placed bile bomb. Again, you see that knockback there. Oh, you see that? Hold on. This is like, if you're in a situation where you've already had a glide and you want to climb really quickly, doing a jumping glide is also a good idea. So you're still moving, you're still going up. If you have like really high jumps, you're still climbing. Even though the stairs are as steep as they are, you are still moving forward with enough momentum that you can move and glide at the same time. Check it. Yeah. So you stand still towards the end of it, but that's still really good. That's still really good. You're doing two purposes at once, which is still nice. Absolutely love the aggression with the minor Eider. That's what I wanted to see earlier in the fight. We've got bile bombs for extra aggression. He can smell the victory. He can smell the victory at hand. Total aggression. Dead. Love it. Beautiful. Well done, Scales. Really well done. Never seen anybody else do such a magnificent thing. Look at these stats too. Hold on. Hold on, my man. Running 100, swords 81. Again, you don't use swords for this queen fight. I've been tempted to let go of my favorite Mistwalker for my upcoming mage character that I'm doing for my solo run. I've not been investing in swords. I think I'll continue not investing because polearms and him and off are really good. Mage stuff is obviously incredible. Look at that. Bow 75. Polearm's 80. He's not even maxed those out. We've got club 62. That just happens because clubs are so dominant throughout most of the game. Really, really nice. They just fit that damage type niche to such a good degree. And then, of course, Frostner. Beautiful proactive control and domination. Knives 11. That's curious. Here we go. Whoa. Hold on, my man. What was that? Oh, man. I keep missing that just barely. Just rapidly click. Oh, okay. Here we go. Elemental 100, as it should be for this fight. I had 70s, and then, what was it? My initial one was like 30 minutes long, and it was, I had elemental magic like 20 something, and then I had 50 something, and then it was either 60s or 70s for the sub 7 minute one. Crossbows 100 is beautiful. I really want a crossbow 100 mage. This is like the new holy quadrant when it comes to gaming, like Mistlands gaming. Magic, crossbows, polearms. You slap on little bows on the side. You're demolishing everything. It's a beautiful thing. I'm really going to showcase this setup a lot in my future playthrough. I don't think I'll be using swords too much. This is just so dominant. Slapping on a little bit of bow levels is nice too. It's beautiful, and you can see this blood magic. You can farm out blood magic pretty easily, although it takes forever to grind that up. The impact is so worthwhile for your skeletons more than anything when you're fighting the queen, but having that bubble is so good at a high level. I mean, what is it? Let's see. Let me calculate. So, quality 2 staff of protections, 200 base, and then for every level increase it increases by 5 HP. So this is 305, so it's a 505 HP bubble. Of course, pickaxe and chop damage affects it, so the queen's going to one-shot it. But all of your seekers and broods, even their strong moves like that double overhead slam, you're just going to tank that all day. And of course, Mistlands Overworld, you're going to tank everything all day. It's beautiful. So strong. Of course, getting both of those to 100 is going to be my goal for this upcoming run. My God. Wow. Really nice. Really nice from Scales. I love that double hit. Kill them like that. Just taking care of the stragglers. First hit staggers. Second hit, they're dying from the DPS. Or I think it's not first hit staggers. I think it's hit, and then they're staggered, and then the DOT destroys them. They just die. And I think Scales said you can get a fireball staggered, and then they'll die from the DOT as early as Elemental Magic 33. Now, it's probably inconsistent at that level, but the fact that you can start doing it at that point is really good. Seekers are kind of glass cannons, but they have high resistances. Even so, they're low HP, and their standard stagger threshold makes them pretty easy to stagger. Once you know how to move and operate around them, once you understand that they only fly at you until a certain distance away from them, and then also they're very linear attacking wise, and you can sprint around them and flank them super easily. Oh man, it's really good to take them out. Just melee, magical, distance with even bows, super convenient. You don't even have to use frost arrows, but frost arrows, of course, your best damage type for them. It's going to slow them down. They're not resistant to frost. Wet Seekers will take 1.5 times frost damage. Really good. Really good. I'm just rambling about simple analysis now. Alright. Thank you so much for watching. I will have Scales' video linked in the description and pinned comment down below. Oh man, I love these strats. I'm really excited for Hilder's quest so that I can show them off with my friends and that we can dominate the queen in all sorts of ways. Not that way, you know. It's going to be a lot of fun. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys some other time. Bye.